Hi parents, welcome to Parent Night. I'm Mr. Resendez, and basically I'm going to show you how to play the game that's included in your packet. Now, I put all the directions on the back, but I thought it might be easier to also get a visual. So you're going to roll the two dice that's included, and you're going to add those two numbers there. That's going to serve as your first factor. So in this case, it's 6. You're going to roll again. We have another 6. And so those are going to be the two factors that we multiply. So if I multiply 6 times 6, I get 36. And my goal is, or my job is to find 36 somewhere on this game chart. And a 36, let me turn this around. Okay, here we go. And so once I find a 36, I'm free to connect any two circles that surround that box of 36. And the object then is to go and continue back and forth until one person closes out the square. And I'll show you that in a moment. So let's say the pink player closes out the square. Let's say she can either get a 21 or a 36. And if they do close that out, then it's their square to shade. And the object of the game is to see which player is able to shade in the greatest number of squares, and they win the game. So again, I think this is a great game that you can kind of play when you go to a restaurant, while you're before bed, just something different, something to get them from stop looking at the screens. So I'm going to turn this over to my two volunteers here in a minute, and they're going to show you this game in action.
Hi, Lee. Hi, I'm Vicente. And I'm going to be the first player, and I'm going to have to roll the dice first. And I get a 7. And this time, I got a 9. And now I'm going to have to times 7 and 9. So, 9 times 7, or 7 times 9, is of course, times 9 is 63. So, I'm going to have to find 63 right here and put a line. So now it's my turn to roll the dice. So I got 8. And I got 8. So 8 times 8 is 64. So I want to find the 64.
Good. Let's play one more round.
Oh, now I'm going to roll the dice. And I got 4. This time I got 12. So 4 times 12, 48. And now I'm going to do 14.
Very good. All right, Vasanti.
Now I'm going to roll the dice. And I got 7. And then I got 10. So that's easy, that's 6. So, and that is how you play your multiplication.
All right. Thank you, girls. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Hi parents, this is Mrs. Nolan. I wanted to share with you this afternoon how we are dividing in class, because I know a lot of you are frustrated with the homework and your children are bringing home complicated division problems, and your first resource is to teach them how to use standard algorithm to answer it. So I wanted to show you the two ways that we are using to divide in class, and both of these ways are ways that will be on the FSA exam at the end of the year. So the first one is called using the area model. And as you can see here, we're going to divide 198 divided by 9. And to start that off, there are 3 digits in our dividend. So we are going to draw an area box with 3 boxes. And you can see I've left it open. And I'm going to put my divisor on the end. And then I'm going to expand 198. So the value of 1 is 100. The value of 9 is 90. And 8 is in the ones place. So this is my divisor, and these are my dividends in partial boxes. So I'm going to start with 1,010, 110, and 1. And the kids are going to use those as benchmarks to start finding the answers to these. So they're going to start with 9 times 1,000, and they'll say 9 times 1,000 is 9,000, and 9,000 is way too much for 100, so we can skip that one and go to 9 times 100. And they would be able to just say 9 times 1 is 9 with 2 zeros. So then they would say 9 times 100 is 900, and of course that's too much also. Then they'll go down to 9 times 10. And when they do that, they'll say 9 times 10 is 9 times 1 and 0 is 90, and that fits in here. So I'm going to put 10 up here and then multiply 9 times 10 and get 90, and subtract, and I have 10 left over. They're going to carry this 10 to the next place. So we're going to put 10 up here and add to the 90 that was already there to give us another 100. And then we'll begin the process over again. And 9 goes into 110 times, and 9 times 10 is 90, and subtract, and that gives us 10. And then we're going to bring that back up here and add. And 10 plus 8 is 18. And now you can see 9 times 10 is 90, still too much, so I'm going to go on to the ones. And 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 2 is 18. So I'm going to use that and subtract, and I get 0. So these are called partial quotients, and when we get to the end, we will add our partial quotients together. So 10 plus 2 is 22. So 198 divided by 9 is 22. So that's one way. That's the first way, using area models. The second way is to use partial quotients, which I'll change colors here to separate it. I'm still going to use those benchmarks of 1,000, 100, 10, and 1. And these are just random numbers, but they also all end in 0, so it makes multiplying easy for the kids, and it's not just guesswork to figure out what will go into a large number. So the difference with partial quotients is that I have to be able to reset this problem up inside a division box. So I'm going to write the whole problem, 198 divided by 9 this way. And then I'm going to multiply 9 times 1,000, and 9,000 is bigger than 198, so I can't use the thousands. 9 times 100 is 900, which again is too large. So I'm going to go to 10, and 9 times 10 is 90. So I'm going to put that 10 on the side. I'm multiplying 9 times 10 to get 90, and then I'm going to subtract. And then I'm going to say 9 times what will go into 108. And 9 times 10, again, is 90. So there's my next 10. 9 times 10 is 90. And then I'm going to subtract. And when I do, I will have 18. And then I'm going to say 9 times what will go into 18, and that is 2. And now I'm on the ones. And 9 times 2 is 18. And I have 0. Again, we have a list of partial quotients, and we're going to add those together. So 10 plus 10 plus 2 is 22. So I hope this clarifies things for you. They don't actually learn to use the standard algorithm until middle school. And at that time, they will be able to do 3 or 4 different operations all at once to do a division problem, the way that you grew up learning how to do division. In the meantime, these are the 2 ways that we are dividing. And so the only thing I can say that the kids really need help with in some cases is learning their multiplication facts. Because if they don't have those, this all becomes very hard. Even if we can multiply times all these zeros, they still get down to the end and they need to find a factor that will go into that number. So if you could help me out at home by teaching the kids how to memorize their multiplication facts, that would make this a lot easier. But tonight, I just hope that this helps you understand how your children are dividing. Thanks for being with me tonight.